guests, welcome to the University of Nicosia Medical School's graduation ceremony. We're now ready to start. Please stand to welcome the academic procession.
Please be seated. Honorable ministers, President of the Council of the University, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduates, warm welcome to the 2023 University of Nicosia Medical School graduation ceremony. Today marks a very important day in the medical school calendar, but much more so, a defining milestone in the lives of our graduates. Dear graduates, congratulations. This is your day of celebration, shared with those who have supported you all these years, and we welcome your friends and family here this evening. Celebration of achievements that are the result of your committed efforts and are certainly very well deserved. This is the occasion to take pride in the fulfillment of your aspirations and also time for reflection. The long journey you embarked on when you joined the school has rewarded you with rich experiences, lifelong friendships, the belief that you can overcome challenges, and of course, the knowledge, skills, and competencies that will help you to develop your future roles. A sense of pride is also shared by everyone at the school. As student members of our community, you have played no small part in all that has been achieved over the years. and have contributed in no small way to defining our identity, a dynamic and liberal institution built on core values of inclusiveness, equality, diversity, global awareness, and social responsibility, and committed to the key pillars of quality and learner-centered education, innovative and groundbreaking research, and service to patients and the society. This academic year, we successfully launched our innovative graduate entry MD program, enriching the options for aspiring doctors. Current students and alumni of the school have actively participated in this effort. At the curriculum development and review stages, we have continued to widen the clinical training options for our students based on their career aspirations and have successfully expanded the delivery of our medical curriculum to new sites in Greece, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom. I am delighted to welcome to the platform party colleagues from Athens, Tel Aviv, Zurich, and Barnsley. In keeping with the well-established trend, our graduates have continued to be remarkably successful in securing sought-after posts around the world. Though a relatively young school, the destinations of our graduates truly span the globe, ranging from North America, Europe and the Middle East, all the way to Australia and beyond. This surely reflects the quality of the graduates, but also the dedicated support they receive. We have continued to expand research opportunities. We have enhanced internal funding, secured prestigious internationally funded collaborations, and have steered our clinical arm, the University Medical Center, towards fulfilling its potential in clinical research. Consistent with these efforts, the medical school continues to be the university's leading school in publications and research output, and a key driver of the rise of the university through the world rankings, not least in the categories of clinical, health, and well-being. Our students have played an important role in this drive. Significant research opportunities have been embedded into our medical curricula, and we continue to nurture our students' research potential by expanding the Students in Research program, cementing the position of the Student Research Conference in the school calendar, and supporting our students in presenting their work both nationally and internationally. The University Medical Center has consolidated its position as a model healthcare provider and has expanded the clinical services offered to its patients. And our students have certainly left their mark. In the depths of the pandemic, you were there to support the vaccination drive and offer words of reassurance to the public. And as the world has been emerging from the global emergency, you resumed your admirable initiatives with our mobile clinic and worked with school faculty to offer hundreds of health checks in communities across the island. Your actions always greatly appreciated by those benefiting from them. Building on its commitment to the pillars of education, research, and service, it was quite fitting that the first and largest medical school in Cyprus would sow the seed for another key development. This year has seen the establishment of UNIC Health, a unique structure combining and potentiating the individual strengths of the medical school, the first School of Veterinary Medicine in Cyprus, and the School of Life and Health Sciences, to serve all three pillars under the vision of One Health, the interdependence of the health of humans, animals, and the environment. And it was the vision, foresight, and defining influence of a pioneer of medical education in Cyprus that paved the way for this development, as was the case more than 10 years ago with the establishment of the first medical school in Cyprus. we thank Professor Andreas Haralambous, the university's Executive Vice President for Health and Dean Emeritus of the Medical School, for his leadership in the field. Graduates, today you'll be setting your sights on future endeavors. At the same time, we truly hope that you stay in touch. You will be our most effective ambassadors, and we invite you to feed back to the school about your professional experiences and share your invaluable insights with current students, helping them navigate the complex landscape of postgraduate training and career choices. Besides, you yourself have benefited from the input and support of hundreds of our alumni, and we extend our gratitude to them. Medicine graduates, your guide will always be the interest of your patients. Go out there and make a difference. Train well, ask important scientific questions, educate others. And most of all, heal, reduce suffering, and be a reassuring and comforting presence to those in need. Your position comes with both privileges and responsibilities. Accept this with humility and always aspire to uphold excellence in care. Biomedical Sciences graduates, you have gained a deep insight into the workings of the human body and the mechanisms that underlie the development of disease. Use this knowledge to enrich and enhance your training in the clinical years. Family medicine graduates, your chosen field is the bedrock of effective healthcare systems, and your contribution to holistic care, health promotion, and disease prevention is invaluable. Master's graduates in public health and health services administration, your fields reach beyond the care of individual patients and focus on the health of populations and equity in the access to quality care. Graduates, whatever your chosen paths, look to the future with confidence and embrace the opportunities presented to you with excitement, a sense of purpose, and the resolve to make a positive impact. Once again, well done on your achievement, and wish you the very best for the future. I would like to invite the Vice Chancellor of St. George's University of London, Professor Jenny Hyam, to deliver her address. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and it's lovely to see so many of you here. For some of you, of course, it's your second graduation. For those of you that have completed your medical degree course, there's an extra element of jeopardy in this moment. There you are, you're soon going to enter the clinical arena without the air cover of being just a medical student. Will you know enough? That, of course, is a natural feeling. And to be honest with you, I'd be more scared if you felt completely confident that you knew it all. They're the doctors that you need to look out for. Some of you have done other higher degrees and science, and you will make huge contributions. Part of a great career is finding a tribe, some people who you can identify with, and you can imagine crafting a longer term development. Some people in the year group have got it all mapped out. They know exactly what they're going to do and how they're going to get there. But I would strongly recommend that you have flexible plans, and actually many of you don't have a clue. Don't worry. Many careers are decided on the basis of what they don't want to do, rather than they have a magnetic pull to one area. We all talk about the rich experiences ahead. And I think you know by now, it's not like it is on the TV series. There aren't that many Adam Kays, who's a quite extraordinary medical student and a story magpie with a real talent for embellishment. You'll begin your careers, and first of all, there'll be a great deal of adrenaline, and it's quite exhausting. But gradually, you'll settle, and the fact that you feel competent in your area comes as a relief. But I'd just like to say that although it'll begin to feel routine, those individual interactions with patients never are routine for them. If any of you have family members or have been ill yourself, you don't feel it's a pretty routine thing. It's quite an extraordinary thing at that moment. Also, you're likely to encounter differences, unusual things. I give you an example. I went to a very routine gynae clinic nearly 20 years ago, usually heaving with patients and one that you needed to limber up for to get through. It was spookily quiet. Saw the first patient and then gradually realised that the noise in the street outside of the London buses rumbling past wasn't there. I could hear myself think. And gradually it became apparent that the whole area had been locked off. And we all finally realised there'd been a major bombing in the area, and we had to report to accident and emergency, and spent the next 20 hours doing a very different activity to a routine gynae clinic. There has been the COVID pandemic. I don't know what it'll be in your own careers, but there will be similar things. At these moments, you'll get enormous support and love from the public, from people. Enjoy those moments, because it's not always like that. I think in a world where people are constantly trying to find meaning and making sense of their world, it is one of the privileges of the practice of medicine that we have purpose. Purpose is something to be really enjoyed. So, do your own thing, make your own path, be great. It's your choice. There's just one last piece of advice I would give you, and it's about kindness. And kindness isn't wet or flabby or unimportant. It's an extremely important tool. You need to be kind to your peers, kind to your teammates, kind to your patients, of course. But you also should remain kind to yourself, because if you're in good shape, that is the way you're best able to help those around you. Thank you very much. I now call upon the Rector to deliver his address. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Interior, Honorable Minister of Health, Your Excellency, Ambassador of Switzerland, Your Eminence, Bishop of Tamasou and Orini's, former First Lady, Mrs. Fotini Papadopoulou, distinguished guests, dear colleagues, proud family and friends of our graduates. Welcome to tonight's graduation ceremony. Graduates of 2023, warm congratulations on reaching this significant milestone in your lives. We are indeed extremely proud of you. Tonight, we celebrate not only your academic achievements, but also the journey along the way. We look back and applaud the solid dedication, the resilience, and the compassion that you have displayed to becoming medical professionals. We thank you for being here tonight, and more so, for sharing your journey with us as co-creators of knowledge and active members of our university community and our society. We sincerely hope that you will forever cherish the memories of the time spent at our university and our country, and that you will persist in upholding the values and principles we espouse. The academic award bestowed on you is an endorsement of your intellectual capabilities and a reward for your hard work and dedication during your studies. The knowledge, skills, and competences you have gained along the way and the qualification you have earned provide you with a strong foundation to succeed in your chosen vocation and future endeavors. You are now entering a noble profession that carries a tremendous responsibility of healing, caring, and improving lives. A profession that requires not only technical job-related knowledge and skills, but virtues and values that make us human beings: empathy, compassion, dedication, and much more. Your field is constantly evolving with new medical discoveries and treatments, while disruptive technologies transform the medical profession. We hope and expect that you will embrace lifelong learning and, through curiosity, open-mindedness, adaptability, and a willingness to question the status quo, become agents of change, innovation, and progress. You're enjoying the labor market at indeed incredibly exciting times. Industry 5, and particularly artificial intelligence, transform industries and open up new opportunities. Reflecting back on my days as a computer science student, that was back in '85, I recall being fascinated by the field of artificial intelligence, particularly when I encountered the Mycin Expert System, a groundbreaking at that time project developed at Stanford University in the early '70s. Mycin leveraged artificial intelligence technology to identify bacteria responsible for severe infections and to suggest appropriate antibiotic treatments. Half a century after Mycin's development, technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, and both virtual and augmented reality are revolutionizing not just your professional field, but the entire labor market and our society at large, impacting our lives in ways we might not even realize. Artificial intelligence is already a transformative force in medicine. Amongst many others, AI is assisting physicians in diagnosing diseases with greater accuracy and speed by analyzing complex medical data, such as medical images and genetic information. It is enhancing treatment planning by predicting patient outcomes and personalizing treatment recommendations based on each individual's unique characteristics. And it is streamlining hospital operations, from automatic administrative tasks to optimizing patient scheduling and resource allocation. As future leaders in medicine, you have a unique opportunity to exploit the potential of AI, and through an ethical, socially responsible, and patient-centered approach, contribute towards a more efficient and effective, but at the same time, a more caring healthcare system. Dear graduates, our university's impressive international success of being ranked among the top 500 to 600 universities in the world and among the top 160 universities in the European Union by the Times Higher Education World University Rankings 2023 is a testament to our international recognition and another remarkable milestone in our history. Equally impressive is our performance in the Impact Rankings, where we rank among the top 400 universities in the world and 63rd in the Good Health and Well-being Sustainable Development Goal. These rankings prove once more how we excel in all four pillars underpinning a great university. Teaching and learning, research, innovation, entrepreneurship, and contribution to society and culture. I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to all faculty members, administrative staff, students, alumni, and to you graduates for transforming our university into one of the best in the world. Tonight, dear graduates, you are joining our ever-growing alumni family. Carry this milestone with immense pride. Remain connected, continue sharing your insights and ideas, and keep us updated on your professional journey and achievements. May you always be guided by your passion for medicine, your dedication to your patients and fellow citizens, and your firm commitment to the pursuit of knowledge. I have no doubt that in doing so, you will continue to be the very best ambassadors for our university. Let me extend once more my warmest congratulations. Thank you for this wonderful shared journey of discovery and learning. And thank you for being part of our family. It is my honor now to call on stage the Honorable Minister of Health, Dr. Bobby Canary.
Dear colleague, Minister of Interior, Honorable Rector of the University of Nicosia, Professor Boyudas, Honorable Dean of the Medical School, Professor Ioannidis, Vice Chancellor of St. George's University of London, Professor Higham, dear staff of UNI, dear parents, Your Eminence, distinguished guests, and above all, dear graduates. Allow me to start by warmly thanking the University of Nicosia for the invitation to address you at this memorable event, an event like all graduation ceremonies that reflects the past and provides a beacon for the future. Dearest graduates, it is an honor to be here with you today to congratulate you for successfully completing the first step of your medical journey. Life is indeed a journey. It's a journey of steps, and the more knowledgeable and experienced you are at each step, the more confident you will be in climbing up the next step. While you are climbing up these steps in life, you are bound to find difficulties and challenges. Face them in dignity, self-respect, self-control, and grasp opportunities as they come along. It is in difficulties that opportunities arise. You may fail in your effort, but bear in mind that every failed experience is closest to success. It is impossible to live without falling at something unless you live so cautiously, in which case you fail by default. You may face defeat in life, but never let yourself be defeated. Let me give you a personal touch to such an experience. After my completion of my PhD, my dream was to go into academia, and I already had offers from UK and USA universities. Unfortunately, at the time, there were no universities in Cyprus, so I had to take decisions on my own whether to return to Cyprus or stay abroad and fulfill my dream. I decided to return back home to support my family, as I had lost my father a few years back at the age of 19, and we had financial difficulties. Beliefs, though, are anchors, but if they are not used the right way, they can lead you to opportunism and not necessarily to the right choices. These anchors should not weigh us down, but they should weigh our capacity for thoughtful engagement and reasonable compromise. Upon returning to Cyprus, I got a job at the State General Laboratory Department of the Ministry of Health dealing with quality control of food, pharmaceuticals, environmental samples, toxicology, forensic chemistry, and other areas. Through hard work and dedication, I climbed up the ladder to become a director of this department with more than 170 scientists, which during my directorship was awarded the Prize for Innovation in the Public Sector and was recognized as a center in the public domain in applied research. This was not within my original dream, but as it gave me opportunities to expand my analytical skills and my knowledge, it was fulfilling and challenging, especially after Cyprus joined the EU. If you look around, the really successful and powerful people are not dreamers, but they are doers. I'm not telling you to ditch your dreams, but do not focus on a dream. Be a doer. Seize the opportunity that comes along. Stay open to trying something new, and above all, value your identity and diversity. I'm confident that the University of Nicosia Medical School has provided you with all the necessary skills in order to proceed further in your medical profession. The qualified academic staff, together with an outstanding series of state-of-the-art facilities and equipment, have provided you with the means by which you can excel in the field of study that you will choose in the near future. I'm positive that all stakeholders involved, the medical community, the medical students, resident doctors, and academia, and active medical population share a common goal aiming at improving the national healthcare service provision. This common goal leads to greater efforts, interest, and commitment for success from your side as well. Your university has given you scientific, technological, social, organizational, and leadership skills to unlock future challenges. We already faced such challenges the last 2 years with a pandemic that has disrupted our health systems, our supply chains, our economies, and the academic environment. These changes were also linked to globalization, which is another challenge by itself. And yet, we all managed to get through, and scientists have proven to be at the core of finding solutions. Think out of the box and follow your instinct. As long as you love what you are doing and you are doing it with passion while raising the bar with your efforts, that's what matters. In my case, before even completing my service within the government, I felt I wanted to devote some of my spare time to support vulnerable people through science. I had an instinct that by volunteering to support people with leukemia, especially children, through the scientific and humanitarian work at Karaiskakis Foundation, I could fulfill another dream. I served there for 23 years voluntarily, and I was elected president of the board of directors for 12 years. Today, Karaiskakis Foundation is one of the best hemato-oncology diagnostic and research centers in the world, expanding rapidly in other types of cancer, as well as rare diseases related to genetic disorders. So I started my speech saying that in my original dream, I thought I wanted to go into research in academia, but my personal and family environment was not at the time ready for this dream to come to fruition. However, later in my life, I ended up in a research foundation, Karaiskakis. The circle of your personal vision should never close. As Minister of Health now, a new vision has been set by me. Leave space for new challenges and new goals. What are the lessons learned? Follow your instinct and fight to achieve your goals with vision while valuing your identity and your diversity. Vision is the beacon in your lives, and with it, you can be the change you want to see in the world you live in. It is the course of your efforts for this vision that determines the result, and not the individual flashes of these fireworks. But vision cannot be accomplished without the support and the cooperation of people around you, your family, your friends, your collaborators, your professors, whom I congratulate. Show respect to all and stay humble, because these are the key players in your life. To reach this far, you owe it to them as well, and to go even further and reach higher, these people can be instrumental. The journey you will take from now on will be led mostly by you alone. Do not let that scare you. Be responsible, be respectful, and resilient. Your university, for which you must be proud of, which promotes innovation and advancement both in medicine as well as other fields, has given you the tools to think, progress, and be a leader. You are personifying the full knowledge triangle as education, research, and innovation have been part of your activities the last years at the university. These are the basis to open new horizons in your life. Your ambitions will be your decisions, and your response will be shaped by what you hold to be true and how it can lead you to success. The Ministry of Health will continue to provide the required support and be a partner in the investment of continuous medical training and development of medical profession and research activities in Cyprus. Concluding, I would like to quote something from Winston Churchill. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. The first part of your medical journey has been completed as a result of your hard work and dedication. Congratulations, you did it. Despite the difficult times over the past years due to the pandemic, you have reached the end, managed to succeed, completed your studies. And as Hippocrates said, wherever the art of medicine is loved, there is also a love for humanity. Wishing each and every one of you great success for the next step of your professional journey. Once outside the walls of this university, go to gain more knowledge and experience, and preferably in other parts of the world. The world is far more malleable than what you think, and it is waiting for you to shape. Go for it. Thank you.
Thank you to the Minister of Health. It is now my great pleasure and even greater honor to introduce the 2023 graduating class of the Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences program. Graduates, heartfelt congratulations on reaching yet another major step in your training and your careers. Before entering into your clinical years, savor this moment and reflect on what you've already experienced, learn from your mistakes, and celebrate your achievements. We look forward to welcoming you back for the full graduation in a couple of years, where you will receive your MD degree. Can I call on the Rector and the Dean to join us for presenting the awards? So on behalf of the University of Nicosia Medical School, I present the 2023 candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences. Al-Rashdi Dina Kalfan Said Titun. Al-Rashdi Al-Shifa Said Amir Said. Al-Trabulsi Dina. Al-Zubi Dana Othman. Bayan Laith Ali. Chandekra Jidesh Mohanlal. Chui Stephen Matthew Yingfung. Doshi Jesal Vijay. Edimo Kesu Regine Audrey. Finger Natasha. Furuseth Maria Elise. Gali Filomena Moheb Fayez. Maidi Maya. Ioannou Maria. Jason Jessica. Johansen Eline Sensteng. Kanelopoulos Christos Dimitrios. Kaspar Roger. Kair Yasmin Jafar. Khan Ozair Ahmed. Kolipera Eleni Maria. Komolafe Kerion Ifekita. Konstantinidis Sokratis. Kondou Marletta. Lucas Demiana. Mastrogianni Αθηνά. Μαζάρογλου Έργε. Mazurchik Lucas Alexander. Merchant Om Harsh. Milcham Hugh. Monahan Megan. Motamedian Sobhan. Muzuri Olga. Mutamiri Tatiwa Posha. Nasser Joseph. Nastu Anastasia. Dalama Abigail Chilenga. Pandelidis Artemis. Sabanek Celine Nicola Sami. Shachaltoch Omar Rakan Kamal. Shibib Diana. Spiru Christiana. Shalai Alexandra. Uralevich Nechama Miriam. Yagi Mohammed Hussam. And Zebegno Marco Ludovico. Thank you all. This concludes the presentation of the graduates of the Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences program. And I would like to now call on Dr. Chloe Andoniou to present the first honorary award of tonight.
Dear Rector, Dean, Professor Loizou, can you please approach the center of the stage, please? The University of Nicosia has awarded Professor Loizou Loizou the honorary degree of Doctor of Science in Medicine in recognition of his exceptional contributions to pediatric and adolescent oncology in Cyprus. Professor Loizou received his MD degree from the University of Brussels and specialized in pediatrics and pediatric oncology at the University of Nancy, France. From 1989 until his retirement in 2021, Professor Loizou served as the director of the Pediatric Oncology Hematology Department at the Archbishop Makarios III Hospital. During his service, he pioneered several groundbreaking initiatives, such as establishing the first child and adolescent cancer registry in Cyprus, developing a laboratory for leukemia and bone marrow diseases, establishing a cord blood stem cell bank, and performing the first bone marrow transplantation in the country. With his exceptional contributions, Cyprus has achieved high cure rates in pediatric oncology, which according to the World Health Organization are comparable to those of high-income countries. Professor Loizou's contributions extend beyond clinical work. Among others, he represented Cyprus in several European Union initiatives and has established and is president of the Elpida Foundation, an NGO which supports young cancer patients in Cyprus. An avid marathon runner, Professor Loizou organizes frequent and large-scale events to raise public awareness on well-being. In recognition of his exceptional achievements, Professor Loizou has received numerous honors, including his recent appointment as a Chevalier in the National Order of Merit by the President of the French Republic. Professor Loizou has been a clinical professor at the University of Nicosia Medical School since 2013, contributing to teaching and clinical training. The conferment of this honorary degree highlights Professor Loizou's pioneering work and outstanding achievements in pediatric oncology, acknowledging his significant contributions to the care of children and adolescents with cancer in Cyprus. Rector, I request that by the authority of the Senate, you admit Loizous Loizou to the degree of Doctor of Science Medicine honoris causa.
Dear Senate, Rectorate, members of faculty, distinguished guests and friends, I am deeply moved to receive this honorary award from the esteemed academic authorities of our university. This immense recognition holds a special place in my heart. This honor gives me strength and resilience in my commitment to serving people. The faith you have instilled in me inspires me to work even harder and advance the boundaries of our contribution for better health and quality of life for everyone. I wish to thank and express my heartfelt gratitude to my co-workers at the medical school, and in particular to Professors Andreas Charalambous and Adonis Ioannidis for their unwavering support and for sharing with me a vision for implementing projects not only for continuous enrichment of the education of our students, but also enhance our contribution for better health and quality of life of people globally. Achieving this through innovation and cooperations internationally allows us to help people in countries in need for better health care. When I was approached by the then Minister of Health in 1989, I returned from France to Cyprus to undertake the substantial task of establishing the then non-existent services for children with cancer, including the pediatric oncology department. I knew that the task was of immense difficulty and persistent challenges. Learning every day from my experiences, reviewing relentlessly the medical literature, establishing relations and networks with expert colleagues from many countries allowed me to be continuously updated and not to be alone. I benefited from their precious knowledge, allowing me to offer optimal care for children suffering from cancer and leukemia. Dear graduates, you have completed your medical studies. I sincerely congratulate you. You are now ready to serve humanity through medicine. Your wonderful, challenging, exciting, and morally highly rewarding lifelong journey has started. But you need to learn every day. At the medical school, you learned how to learn. This is an important prerequisite for your continuous advancement. And always remember what Rambam, a philosopher and physician from the Middle Ages, said. Today, he can discover the mistakes he made yesterday. And tomorrow, he might gain fresh insights into what he thinks is true today. Dear graduates, each one of you has different character and dexterities. Each one of you can write their own story. Each one of you can make a profound impact for the good of people. Believe in yourselves. Cultivate your self-confidence through continuous, lifelong daily reading and learning. At the same time, do not omit to unite yourselves with others. Establish relationships, cooperate, and work together with people who inspire you, and all this for the good of your patients. I wish you all every success and happiness in your lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Loizou. I would like now to call Dr. Sula Nicolaou on stage for the presentation of the Doctor of Medicine graduates.
It is my great pleasure and honor to introduce the 2023 graduating class of the Doctor of Medicine program. Graduates, congratulations and well done. We're very proud of you. You have worked very hard and accomplished so much. Reaching this milestone is an important achievement that needs to be acknowledged and celebrated. All the best for every step in your journey, and may you achieve all that you want. I would like to call Professor Ioannidis and Professor Poulioutas for the award of the Doctor of Medicine degree. On behalf of the University of Nicosia Medical School, I present the following candidates for the Doctor of Medicine degree. Rami Ahmed Hassan Abdelraham. Oreolua Antenuka. Juhaina Isa Al-Raisi. Yasser Ali Malala Al-Sheikhi. Ibrahim Al-Husseini. Mohammed Al-Miri. Rim Al-Mur Al-Omeiri. Charles Andragos. Asal Ansari Pur. Παναγιώτης Αντωνίου. Κυριακή Αθανασίου. Monther Aways. Yokmaya Bakshi. Alexander Joseph Kocho Beduato. Andreas Biris. Anna Bogdanova. Abdul Andil Opemipo Bolanchi. Khadija Buzadev. Artemis Χριστοδούλου. Βασιλική Χρήστου. Ιρένε Κούκη. Αλίνη Ντερλακέν. Στυλιανή Διακονικολάου. Καρλώτα Μαρία Εκστάιν. Omar Ahmed Abdallah Taha Eid. Rasha Ahmed Abdallah Taha Eid. Farah Elfil. Χρυσάνθη Ευαγγέλου. Γεώργιος Φούγιας. Μάρκος Γεωργιάδης. Γεωργία Ιωάννου. Κυριακή Αναστασία Καρακίτσου. Ιωάννης Καραμαντζάνης. Φέδρα Ζωή Καραταράκη. Κάρλη Πελαγία Κεφαλά. Μοχάμετ Άλι Καν. Τιτιλάγιο Ενιτάν Κολαγιόλε. Γιούσεφ Κόρτι. Κωνσταντίνος Κοσένας. Ηλίας Κουρεμένος. Μαγδαληνή Κρεούζη. Μαξίμ Walter Kwoni. Clemence Lacroix de Crout de Samartin. Oluan Damilola Lawa. Ανθή Μαρία Λαζαρίδη. Μαρία Γιάζου. Τανάκα Ρόπιν Μαβούγκα. Κωνσταντίνος Μιχαήλ. Τουκία Μουκουτούμα. Σοκράτης Νικολόπουλος Στογιάννης. Χρυσοβαλάντη Οικονομίδη. Άρον Ολιβέλ. Τζανίς Ερνεστίνα Απέντζα Ογκόλε. Φλόρενς Αντενρελέ Οσενλόγε. Παντελίνα Παπαπέτρου. Μάριος Πιερής. Athanasios Preketes. Maria Proku. Christopher James Quelch. Eden Rebecca Rabin. Jude Rauchte. Leandro Sassis. Olivia Sofia Sondi. Φωτεινή Σούκουλη. Θεοδόρα Στίγιου. Μουνάς Ελρόι Τακαγουίρα. Αμίν Ταβακόλη. Τόμας Τάβος. Μαριάντζελα Τριποδιανού. Μανίσια Καλπάνη Βυρακόντι Αραντζιλάκε. Λάμα Ζενεντίν. This concludes the presentation of the 2023 class of the Doctor of Medicine degree. I would now like to call on stage the Vice-Chancellor of St. George's University of London, who along the Rector and the Dean will congratulate the graduates of the MBBS program to be presented by Professor Joseph Joseph.
It's both an honor and a privilege to introduce the Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery graduating class of 2023 on this day, one of celebration for the medical school. Graduates, congratulations on your achievement. This is a very proud moment for you and your families. It's a just reward for years of hard work and dedication, a unique transition. It's an academic and a professional milestone. On behalf of the University of Nicosia Medical School, I present the following from 2023 class for the degrees of Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery of St. George's Hospital Medical School, a constituent college of the University of London. Fatima Abdul Salam. Rachel Gamagay Abeisekera. Eliau Aputpul. Ariel Agani. Dana Arenheim. Rita Badr. Chase Beverly Becker. Gil Ben Sasson. Georgina Anifa Burke. James Burns. Amit Cohen. Viana Jacqueline Copeland. Lauren Peggy Edie. Ayala Eastman Farkas. Parmida Enayati. Thomas John Fish. Abraham Neil Gesed. Chen Golpur. Eitan Grossbard. Diana Haddad. Anna Maria Dimitriou Hadjilambris. Netta Marie Hansen. Sivan Harnik. Sivan Ironi. Sharon Kalner. Sabrina Khoury. Jennifer Florence Laidlaw. Dor Lederberg. Marios Lemonares. Ayala Lesser. Emily Liang. Ana Cohen Loboroso. Niamh Aoife Lyons. Jonathan Marziano. Naira Museilan. Karen Newhauser. Christopher Nicolaou. Gal Pinchasov. Georgia Schmidt. Suresh Seneveratna. Hashim Shaban. Adam Sharabi. Henry Nicholas Sharp. Shira Schiefer. Kevin Joseph Sommer. Niat Rusom Team. Dilip Kumar Vankayalapati. Samantha Veran. Shiran Yehetzgel. This concludes the presentation of the 2023 class of the MBBS program. I would now like to call on stage Dr. Despoyo Rodiagonu for the presentation of the second honorary award of the night.
Professor Nikolaidis, can you please approach the center of the stage? Distinguished colleagues and guests, dear graduates, following the recommendation of the faculty, the University of Nicosia has conferred the degree of Doctor of Science, Honorary Causa, to Professor Andreas Nikolaidis for his exceptional contributions to cardiovascular medicine. Professor Nikolaidis is a pioneering figure in non-invasive vascular screening, diagnostic investigation, and the early detection and prevention of atherosclerotic cardiovascular and venous diseases. Educated at the Pancyprian Gymnasium in Nicosia and Guy's Hospital Medical School in UK, Professor Nikolaidis specialized in vascular surgery and became a professor of surgery at St. Mary's Hospital Medical School, Imperial College London. His groundbreaking research has influenced medical and vascular surgery guidelines, significantly improving early detection of vascular diseases. Notably, his invention of the sequential compression device for surgical patients has been widely implemented, reducing deep vein thrombosis by 70% and preventing life-threatening complications. Professor Nikolaidis' work on analyzing large artery plaque images and using duplex velocity ratios to determine arterial stenosis has become foundational in vascular surgery and cardiovascular guidelines. He has also contributed to the identification of genetic and lifestyle risk factors for cardiovascular diseases and the development of effective prevention methods, particularly for stroke. Aside from his research, Professor Nikolaidis has demonstrated unwavering dedication to Cyprus. He has held key positions in organizations such as the Cyprus Atherosclerosis Society and the Cyprus Cardiovascular Disease Education and Research Trust. Additionally, he has generously donated rare medical books to the UNIC Health Library, enriching the education of students and visitors. In recognition of his remarkable contributions to cardiovascular medicine, Professor Andreas Nikolaidis has been honored with an honorary doctorate from the University of Nicosia Medical School. Rector, I request that by the authority of the Senate, you admit Andreas Nikolaidis to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa. Congratulations.
Your Excellencies, Rector, Deans, colleagues, graduates, guests, and friends. I am both humbled and honored to accept this award from my distinguished colleagues and from this university that has come into existence in my lifetime. That means more than words can express. In my youth, having no medical institution to call our own here in Cyprus, I, like many others of my generation, had to leave our country, family, and friends at an early age to follow our dreams of becoming doctors. It was tough for many reasons, but I wouldn't have changed anything as it made me the person I am today. But to have a medical school in Cyprus and to have had the opportunity to witness its development from one man's dream to reality fills me with enormous admiration and pride. The fact that all of you, young men and women, have been through this medical school is a wonderful thing. I have been lucky enough to have enjoyed a successful and rewarding career that took me all over the world. My greatest privilege was to meet and work with some of medicine's pioneers across many disciplines, not just my own specialty. Many became lifelong friends from whom I sought knowledge and counsel, just as they sought mine. You realize when you achieve your goals, it's often because of the help of others. So I say to you, remember this. Medicine, like life, is tough and messy at times, frustrating, hard, and even unfair. But I urge you to look for the positives in those bad moments because they're there. Choose a specialty you like so that you can enjoy the many hours that you'll have to invest in learning and improving your skills in an ever-evolving field. You will need empathy and bravery in equal measure. Communication is key. Be kind to yourselves and the people around you. Do your best. Recognize your limitations and do not hesitate to ask for help. Work as a team where you can. Take the opportunities as they come your way. You'll only ever regret the things you didn't do, rarely the things you did do. And finally, may I wish you all good luck on your career journeys. Thank you again for this great honor. Thank you. Thank you.
Next in the program is the presentation of our master's degree graduates. I would like to call Dr. Elena Kritselis for the presentation of the Master of Science in Health Services Administration graduates.
Good evening. It is a wonderful honor and pleasure to welcome the graduating class of the Master of Health Services Administration program of the Department of Primary Care and Population Health. This master's program builds on the fundamental principles that in a dynamically changing and technologically oriented healthcare environment, tomorrow's healthcare leaders must utilize and leverage technological innovations in order to impact both patient outcomes and population health. As of such, our program aims to propel our candidates for assuming executive leadership positions in clinical and public health settings, including hospitals, private healthcare, and NGOs, as well as in academia, of course. This is achieved by equipping them with the necessary knowledge and skills for efficiently managing and leading their respective organizations in delivering quality healthcare services and for securing, above all, patient safety. Tonight marks a milestone for our graduates, both present and in absentia, as well as their loved ones, as their individual and collective achievements finally bear fruit. Moreover, though, it is a milestone for our department as we share with you the fruits of our collective academic and research efforts. On behalf of our department's faculty and staff, I wish you the best in your future personal and professional endeavors for securing optimal patient and population health outcomes. Tonight we have with us one of our graduating students, and on behalf of the University of Nicosia Medical School, I present Reem Obeidi for the Master of Health Services Administration. Thank you. This concludes the presentation of the Master of Science in Health Services Administration. I would now like to call on stage Dr. Dionysis Vaidakis for the presentation of the Master of Science in Family Medicine graduates. Thank you very much.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the graduates of the Master of Science in Family Medicine. The Master of Science in Family Medicine is a structured, continuing professional developing program that aims to strengthen the primary care internationally by training physicians toward a comprehensive, holistic, and evidence-based approach in the primary care practice. Students on this program have the opportunity, if eligible, to become international members of Royal College of General Practitioners of the United Kingdom through the Cyprus Membership International Exam accredited by the college. On behalf of the University of Nicosia Medical School, I present two of the candidates who could be with us tonight for the Master of Science in Family Medicine. Dr. Al-Hadith Mohammed Jumah Yassim. And Dr. Garaz Nihal Albert Abdelmahsih. This concludes the presentation of the Master of Science in Family Medicine program. I would like now to call on stage Dr. Christiana Dimitriou from the presentation of the Master of Public Health graduates.
It is with great pride and joy that I introduce to you the graduates of the Master of Public Health program offered by the Department of Primary Care and Population Health of the University of Nicosia Medical School. The Master of Public Health program embraces the One Health concept, recognizing that the health of people is interconnected with the health of animals and the environment. Our curriculum is built on this interconnectedness and covers the core competencies that are essential for significant roles in public health. Our main aim is to train competent public health practitioners by building on knowledge and developing new skills for tackling current and emerging public health crises. The recent reaccreditation of the MPH program, with very positive feedback from the appointed External Evaluation Committee, further fueled our passion in building a most confident public health workforce. It has been a challenging period for our graduating students who have worked hard, despite personal and professional difficulties, to achieve their goals. Tonight is a milestone for them, and I sincerely hope that they will take the time to reflect on their achievements and be proud of themselves, whether they are in attendance here tonight or if they're watching us through the live link in their countries of residence. I certainly am proud for each and every one of you. On behalf of the University of Nicosia Medical School, I present the following candidates for the Master of Public Health. Ekpo Akoemeno Lincoln. Monastiriotis Christodoulos. Στυλιανοπούλου Λιδία Βασιλική. Mario Antonio Rush Ordonez. This concludes the presentation of the Master of Public Health program. We have now reached the moment in our ceremony where we will be presenting the academic prizes. I kindly request Professor Alexia Babageorgiou on stage to present the first prize.
The Dr. Eleftheriou Memorial Prize in Medical Ethics and Behavioral Sciences is offered on an annual basis to MD and MBBS graduates who have achieved the highest average score in the topics of medical ethics, psychology, sociology, and in their objective structured clinical examinations in the clinical years. The Dr. Eleftherios Eleftheriou Memorial Prize winner for the MD program is Asal Ansari Por. The Dr. Eleftherios Eleftheriou Memorial Prize winner for the MBBS program is Ayala Rivka Eastman. This concludes the presentation of the Dr. Eleftherios Eleftheriou Memorial Prize, and I would like now to kindly call Professor Alexander Jovanovic for the presentation of the Sir Sabaratnam Arul Kumaran Prize.
It is my great pleasure and honor to introduce the recipients of the Sir Sabaratnam Arul Kumaran Prize in Obstetrics and Gynecology. This annual prize goes to those graduates of the MD and MBBS programs who have achieved the highest score in obstetrics and gynecological examinations. The prize is the results of a donation from our own professor of obstetrics and gynecology, Sir Sabaratnam Arul Kumaran. Whom we sincerely thank for his contribution and whom I would like to call on stage to congratulate the winners along with the Rector and the Dean. The Sir Sabaratnam Arul Kumaran Prize winner for the MD program is Mariangela Tripodianu. The Sir Sabaratnam Arul Kumaran Prize winner for the MBBS program is Georgia Schmidt. This concludes the presentation of the Sir Sabaratnam Arul Kumaran Prize. I would now like to call on stage Dr. Danagra Ikosi for the presentation of the Founders Prize.
The Peter Kopelman and Andreas Haralambous Founders Prize is the highest academic prize offered by the school and is shared by the MD and MBBS graduates who achieved the highest cumulative score in their respective programs. The prize follows a donation by the late Professor Kopelman and Professor Andreas Haralambous, who worked together in establishing the medical school in 2011. As principal of St. George's University of London and executive dean of the medical school, respectively. Dr. Haralambous, I'd like to call you on stage. Professor Andreas Haralambous, along with the Rector and the Dean, will congratulate the prize recipients. The Peter Kopelman and Andreas Haralambous Founders Prize winner for the MD program is Asal Ansari Pour. The Peter Kopelman and Andreas Haralambous Founders Prize winner for the MBBS program is Shira Schiffer. This concludes the presentation of the Peter Kopelman and Andreas Haralambous Founders Prize. I would now like to call on stage Professor Paul Finucane to deliver his message of congratulations to the graduates.
Kalispera, Kyrios, Ikiriol. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, doctors. I just want to add my congratulations to the chorus of congratulations that you'd have already received. It is a fantastic milestone in your careers. I'm very grateful to have the privilege of addressing you this evening, and very many thanks to Professor Ioannidis for inviting me to do so. I must admit I have a sense of trepidation and some misgivings as I stand before you. I remember my own graduation back in 1978 and being exposed to some doddery, grey-haired old codger who wore the pants off us all for 15 minutes. And here I find myself now a grey-haired old codger boring the pants off of you, so apologies for that. But with it perhaps comes a warning that before long you might well find yourself addressing a graduate audience as a grey-haired old codger and boring the pants off of people. And all I can say to you is that this will happen much more quickly than any of you would dare to believe. Time is short, and maybe the first thing I can say to you is carpe diem, seize the moment and make the most of the time and the years that you have in front of you as a doctor. I'm not sure why Adonis in his wisdom chose me. Certainly the short straw, I think, when he was drawing straws. Maybe he thought that 50 years in medicine had given me some pearls of wisdom that I can share with you. And I'm looking across at my great friend, Professor Peter McCrory, shifting nervously in his seat because Peter knows full well that I can't organise my own life, let alone try and advise the lives of others. But there might be a few things I can say to you, perhaps 3 things that I've thought about and that you might take on board. The first thing I'd like to say to you is that, and again I'm echoing what others have said earlier this evening, that the first thing I'd say to you is take care of the community in which you find yourself working. Medicine is a fantastic, fantastic career. It bestows enormous privileges. You will find yourself on a daily basis, as others have explained, dealing with people who are at their most fragile and having an extraordinary emotional connect with these people, really a privilege that no other profession is allowed. And again, as others have alluded to, with that comes a sense of responsibility that you need to execute. In my early career as a doctor, I worked for a couple of years in a place not very far from here in the Yemen Arab Republic, which then as now was a very troubled land and had enormous health and other problems. The organisation I worked for had a motto which I'd like to share with you. It says, do as much as you can, as best you can, for as many as you can, for as long as you can. And I might just repeat that. The idea that you have an obligation to do as much as you can, as best you can, for as many as you can, for as long as you can. So that's the first thought I'd like to leave with you. The second thought I'd like to leave with you, and again I'm echoing what others have said, is to take good care of one another. You will find that your experiences over the last number of years at the University of Nicosia does define you. If you like, it's like having UNIC 2023 tattooed on your buttock. And in the years to come, you will find yourself at a conference, perhaps in Cape Town or in Melbourne or in Chicago, and somebody will engage you in conversation and ask you where you went to medical school, and you will stiffen with pride. You will grow 6 inches taller. You will stick your chest out and you'll say, my friend, I trained in the very best medical school in the world. I trained at the University of Nicosia. And the next question they'll ask you is, what year did you qualify? And you'd say, oh, 2023. And they'd say, oh, then you must know Professor Chase Becker, the world-famous orthopedic surgeon. Or you must know Professor Ibrahim Al-Husseini, the world-famous forensic psychiatrist. And you will, again, stiffen with pride and you'll say, yes, I know Chase and I know Ibrahim very well. In fact, I was at a class reunion just the other week when they were there. And I would say to you, to maintain the contacts, to maintain the friendships that you have forged in the last few years, you will need them. As you go through life, there will be many, many ups. There will also be some downs. You will need to be there for your classmates at the time of their triumphs, to congratulate them and to celebrate with them. And you will need to be there at the time when tragedy or whatever befalls, to support them. And they, of course, to support you in like manner. You will get what you give. So nourish the friendships, nourish the camaraderie, and nourish the bonds that have been formed in the last number of years. And you'll be glad to hear that I'm coming to the third and final point that I'd like to leave you with, and that is to take care of yourselves. Again, something that Jenny referred to earlier. And you might ask, well, how can I take care of myself? Well, if there was one thing I would suggest to you, I would be highly alert to and try to avoid the risk of addiction. And there are the obvious addictions, the addictions to drug and alcohol, perhaps the gambling addiction, and Lord knows I've seen many medical careers blighted by such addictions. But there are two addictions that I think perhaps aren't emphasized enough, and I'd like to just mention those. The first is an addiction to money. And I think that blights the careers of quite a number of doctors. I do get it that many of you will have really pushed your finances to the limit in recent years. Perhaps many of you are heavily in debt. You look at your colleagues, people you were in high school with, working in the financial sector and in IT, who are trading in their Porsche to buy a Ferrari, and you might think that you've been left behind in the financial stakes. All I can say to you is the money will come, and don't stress over it. With a medical degree, you will never be poor. You will always have a roof over your head. You will always have enough to eat. And I'm reminded of an exchange that happened some years ago in the US at a society celebration when two great American writers of the 20th century were in conversation, Kurt Vonnegut and Joseph Heller. And they were discussing the challenges of being a writer in America and the difficulty in making ends meet. And Kurt Vonnegut said to Joseph Heller, he said, Joe, you've been hugely successful, all the books you've written, the multi-million books that you've sold, Catch-22, so on and so forth. But do you know the guy who's hosting the party this evening has probably made more money today than you or I will make in our entire careers? And how does this make you feel? And Joe Heller thought about it for a moment and said, well, Kurt, he said, I have one thing very, very important that our host will never have. And Kurt Vonnegut says, well, what could that be, Joe? What could you have that, probably the wealthiest guy in America doesn't have? And he said, well, Kurt, he said, I have enough. The final addiction I'd like to talk about is a work addiction. And again, I think that medicine can be a very taxing and demanding profession, rewarding as we've alluded to, but demanding as well. And I'd encourage you, while you should do as much as you can, as best you can, for as many as you can, for as long as you can, that shouldn't amount to you becoming a slave to work, no more than you should become a slave to medicine or a slave to drug and alcohol or a slave to gambling. I would advise you to take a leaf out of Professor Joseph Joseph's book, get out the tenor, it's not tenor sax, Joseph, is it? It's tenor horn, and join his band. Run a marathon with Professor Lozu. Collect stamps, walk the dog, play golf. Do something that gives you a passion in life along with your passion for medicine. So that's all I have to say to you. Again, your lives and your careers will evolve at a rate faster than you're going to believe is possible. Make the most of the opportunities that come your way. Take care of your community. Do as much as you can, as best you can, for as many as you can, for as long as you can. Look after one another as the University of Nicosia class of 2023. And above all else, take very great care of yourself. Thank you and good night. Efcharisto, kai kali nikta. And I would now like to invite Professor Panos Economou to the stage, who will lead both the MD and the MBBS program graduates in reciting the Hippocratic Oath.
Dear graduates of the two medical programs, MD and MBBS, please stand and recite along with me the Hippocratic Oath. I swear to fulfill to the best of my ability and judgment this covenant. I will respect the hard-won certificates of these physicians, those Dear colleagues, Dear doctors, congratulations.
We have now reached the end of the graduation ceremony. Please stand for the exit of the academic procession.